Hello, new local Austin here. It's a little lonely at the beginning. I know that there are some other live streams going on right now. I didn't know that was going to happen, but let's make the best of it. Hopefully somebody shows up. If nobody shows up, I'm okay with that. This will be replay greatness. Um, there's lots that I wanted to share today, so just hanging out in the fish room. Probably going to get through as many of the fish tanks as I can today, do some water changes. Lots to celebrate, lots to do. So we wait. I love the sound of my aquariums. Vibes Aquatics says, "What's cracking?" My number one fan. I love to be a co-host on this guy's stuff. I'm glad that he's here. Vibes Aquatics, the question of the day is, where are you getting your information? Where is it live? You can talk and stuff like that. I'm feeling like it might be the Discord, which I haven't really figured out, and that I believe I have access to. And I know that several of the groups have like banded together. I think that's probably good. Um, let's see. Add a moderator. Congratulations, Vibes. You are now a moderator. I have pulled this up on my phone as well, and I have the volume turned down, so hopefully there's no like crazy audio thing going on. So Discord is good. So I had a situation with one of my angelfish. I moved two of them because they laid eggs. I moved them to a honeymoon tank, and the female was clamping her fins and laying on the bottom and basically hiding from the male. And the male and female were facing opposite directions for most of the time that they were in the tank together. So I feel like it ended up being just a roommate situation, and that she's not ill. She does look a little puffy, so she might have a bunch of eggs that she needs to release. I ended up putting her back in the tank with the other fish. The water parameters were good in the tank that she was in, because I was figuring maybe it was the how the tank was, but the tank parameters were fine. Um, Normal for me. The temperature of the tank that this couple was removed from and the tank are the same, like within like 3/10 of a degree. So they're at 70, I want to say 78 degrees. So um, she perked up in there and does not have clamped fins. And it threw the males into a tizzy when I put them in there, and they had to defend each other. But everybody's doing well in there, and I'm wondering whether being put in a new situation is my uh, female acting better because she wants to be part of the group and doesn't want to show weakness in front of the group. But I observed her several times while the lights were off last night, and no real fin clamping, like a little bit, but not near as much as it used to be. So I feel very much better about that. And like, I just like wanted to call up Aquafunk or somebody, you know what I mean, and like talk to somebody on the phone, and you start looking up things and it's all articles and stuff like that. And so, you end up, just like when you look up like medical stuff, you're always 2 steps away from cancer. So with your fish, you're always 2 steps away from death. It's just like, oh yeah, my angels climb their fence and then they die like the next day. It's just like, and I saw that like multiple times, and I was like, well, let's hope she's not gonna die tomorrow. And she's obviously unhappy and stressed. So something needs to change. So I was trying to decide on whether or not to put her in a tank that is too small, but just for observation for a minute, but by herself, or put her back with the others. So I just put her back with the others, and that seems to be, you know, what's going on. 3G, welcome to the club. How's your day going, 3G? Tell us something. 3G, I'm gonna make you a moderator as well. Don't let that stress you out or anything like that. Like, I am a trophy moderator at best. I've been moderated on several channels. They're usually channels that just give a bunch of people wrenches sometimes, I don't do anything special. Like, sometimes if I am able to share something, I will. But I'm no vibes. You know what I mean? Like, vibes, like, he works different than I do. He's much more of a doer. The sloth is real. I don't know whether you guys could tell by my hair and how I'm looking today, but it has been a great weekend for me. I've been working Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, 12 hours. So, and you would think that with my love of live music, but I spend all my money on fish. So, like, let's be honest, I'm not going out, But I have been out twice in the 3 weeks that I'm on this new schedule, and have had wonderful music experiences. And I have a buddy that sponsors me because he can, and I appreciate him for it. Uh, and I've known that cat since I met him in 1995, the same year I met my wife. That's a long time ago. Yeah, he's awesome, and we went out and saw a nice Christian band called Whores from Los Angeles. And anybody who knows about that band knows that I'm lying and that they are not Christian at all. So Susan, SLC Aquatics, please don't go listen to that band. They rock and they'll melt your face off, but I'm pretty sure that it's not your style of music, dear. But yeah, and the Cherubs played, and I hadn't seen them play, and a buddy of mine hadn't seen them play because he moved to Austin in 1994, 2 weeks after they broke up, and he was a fan of theirs already. Kind of like a very noise rocky type thing. I bought a t-shirt. Man, it was just a great show. I really enjoyed the live music and the rocking of it all. So yeah, hey, 3G, you know what I mean? Like, it's cool, man. Like, if there's ever a problem, you know what I mean? I'll be like, hey, man, like, you know what I mean? Like, don't talk about killing babies on the stream. Like, you're killing the vibe in here. You know what I mean? You'll be like, oh, my bad. So it'll work out. Sky Dancer, good afternoon. Lobster Lab. That's what I'm talking about. Lobster Lab. I talked with Vibes and Chris George, and I told them that you said that in chat that you were down with coming to visit a fish room and hang out, possibly. You know what I mean? And I was like, that would be cool. The more the merrier. So we definitely like got to get with you on that. Lobster Lab, are you on the Fish Fam link and all of that so that we can like send an email to you when we need to? What's the best way to contact you, Lobster Lab? Yeah, so let me show you. Let's see, how do I do this? Okay, so if I do this, settings, front camera, back camera, decent. Well, it's okay. Take my hands off of it. Okay, so it's right in there. Okay, cool. These guys have been doing very well. This one with the split fin, split tail, still has a split tail, and yeah, doesn't seem to be worrying at all. And in a 20-gallon, these guys seem to be doing very well together. There's my Synodontis cat right there. There may or may not be two others in this tank. I only see the one guy, so I don't know. But I've got babies like everywhere, just doing their thing, separating them out because of mama. But this is Mike Tyson right here. As you can see, no clamped fins. Everything appears to be well. Was not well in the other tank. So I feel like, here's the honeymoon tank. I feel like Mr. T might have not been being a gentleman in here and may not have been very nice to her and or blaming her for getting moved. I'm not sure what the problem was, but it was obviously like a social thing because the tank parameters are very similar. There's more plants in the other one, but it's a failed pairing. But the fish in this tank paired up, and now that I've added a third female, and there's two males and three females, it's all weird up in here. But I gave them all boys' names. So the males in here are Bandit, and that's Bandit right there, looking at us, showing us the side of his face that makes him Bandit. And the other one is Jethro. Where's Jethro at? Jethro always moves forward. There he is. What up, Jethro? Jethro has what looks like large beard, chin hair. So he's Jethro. Rico Stan saying hi, peeps. Hey, Rico Stan. You're a moderator. So yeah, my fish, Mike Tyson was acting all sad and laying on the bottom and like hiding, and I couldn't figure out what the problem was. No obvious signs of disease or anything, and now Mike Tyson's in the big tank with everybody and feels better. So we'll see what happens with that, and if we get a pair, and if I do, then I'll move that pair over. I'll move Mr. T back. But right now, Mr. T is over there, and he seems not upset about being by himself at all. He's just chilling like he always does. Oh, 3G. Not opaline gouramis. These were the fantasy. No. Paradise fish. I got four of them. They got a bunch of like orange banding, and they've got little blue dots on their gill flops, and they'll get a dark blue line when they're colored up on the on their head, like going up. So I guess their nose to forehead. But yeah, no, they've been really great. I've been enjoying them a lot. Does Mr. T pity you, fool? Apparently not in this situation. Um, yeah, I think he just might have been being a bad spouse. You know what I mean? Like she was, he was being a little bit aggressive to her and stuff like that. But like, I don't know. Like whenever I'm observing them, they are aware that I'm observing them, and their behavior changes immediately when I come out. So other than like the only way to know what's going on, I think, with the angels is going to have to be observing them with the door just cracked and they can't tell that I'm out here, that I'm looking, or I'm gonna have to put it like a camera up and just like leave it in place for a few days and then have it on when I leave the room to like see what's going on because their behavior changes immediately when I come out. Let's see, did I miss anybody else? Camera that fool. What up, dude? You're in the honeymoon tank all by yourself. Were you being bad? No comment. I see, I see. Okay, too shy, too shy. Well, fine, let's go over here where these guys aren't too shy. These are my rosy barbs. I added a couple brown uh, bushy nose plecos over here. I don't know whether I have all females or whether some brown bushy nose plecos are not actually bushy nose plecos or some other type of pleco that doesn't have like the bushy nose. I'm still working it out. First time having them. Snoochie booch. Yeah, 3G. I actually have the guy's name in my email, and he said he wasn't shy and he doesn't care who knows it. I won those angel fish off of Dan's Fish when I first started, and I was determined that I wasn't going to get cichlids. So then I entered a contest and won cichlids. So, I mean, like, part of being a novice. And I got them, and I think I went live. I think I was with Terry's Tropical Tanks. He was one of the first people that let me up on a live stream. And dude, man, kudos to that dude. He's freaking like awful inclusive for not wanting to be inclusive sometimes. I or not feeling included. You know what I mean? Like he does walk the walk. You know what I mean? Like it's just like, oh, you're a new guy. It's just like, okay, cool, man. Yeah, show me your tanks. Okay, yeah. I was like, well, I don't know what I'm doing. He goes, well, that's obvious, but that's all right. You know what I mean? Like, so I really thought it was cool. You know what I mean? And that was the first live stream I was up on, but I was acclimating those guys and, spent forever doing it. And they were really little. And I gave them all boys' names because, like it's 2022. Let's let them sex out and let's get weird with it. Um, I thought it was funny that Mike Tyson and Mr. T paired up. Uh, and Jethro and Abraham Lincoln. So Abraham Lincoln, I believe, is a girl as well, and Jafar ended up being female as well. So yeah, this is one of those tanks that I rescued, and saw a female getting out of the hobby, and I just told her I would take it all. And I had three young kids on my street that were interested in taking everything as well, and that we would just take care of it for her. And I was buying tanks, so I just went over there with like $50 and handed it to her, and probably walked out of there with like, I don't know, $400 worth of fish food alone. Got to try all sorts of different fish foods. So did my crew. They were like, "Oh, I've been wanting to feed this. Wondered what this would be like feeding." I was like, "Cool, take it home and do it." They were very excited. I was excited too. I'm working on building a rack. It's still a pile of lumber in my driveway. Um, so the question was, and Vibe said Discord was where he is getting his information when he has some sort of a problem or question. Because I felt like I needed that um, the other day when I was trying to make my decision, and then I ended up just making my decision, and it seems good for now. Uh, but it's just like, what is a spot that is happening and supportive like right now, and you can get your fish questions answered, like almost anytime, and that came up as a good spot. Does anybody else have any resources that they like a lot? And I'm talking about in general, but I'm also talking about like for my specific situation, it was about angelfish and breeding. Um, but yeah, I could find that guy's name that because those were he did a giveaway on Dan's Fish, and he's been working with those kois, and they have all the genes for kois, but the banding is still in the body and like going up in all the fins. So technically, what I have is just gold marbles. But he's been working with the line, and he's trying to get less than 25% white on all of the angelfish, so that they are a lot of pigment, so a lot of orange and a lot of black. And man, it's amazing. Um, I have really enjoyed these angelfish. Like, they remind me of candy corn. You know what I mean? Like, they're very Halloween colors. Uh, and just the way angelfish move is kind of amazing. I enjoy that. 3G ordered 6 Ultim Angels. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see those. That is awesome. I wonder if this guy had been working with Dean, and then was like working with that, or whether he knows Dean. I don't know. You always wonder, but he was real nice about sending me the fish, and I asked him a bunch of questions, and we were worried about water parameters, and I just drip acclimated them, and I probably could have just flopped and dropped them, but I didn't, and I've taken extra care of them. And my wife, who is, a reluctant hobbyist, and because the fish are around, has appreciated them more. They always get fed. Everybody always gets fed every day, even if I can't be there at feeding time. My wife just takes care of it, and she goes, "I hope I'm doing all right with it." And I was like, "You're probably overfeeding, just like me." I'll keep up with water changes. We'll do it right. But yeah, I've really been enjoying these angels a lot. And that couple that I moved to the side that was a failed relationship, they put uh, they put eggs they put eggs on this sword plant on one of the leaves, and then the next day I came in, and 3/4 of the eggs had been eaten. And I was like, well, that's kind of what new parents do. But it showed me that it was time for them to start getting separated and maybe have some babies. And I went and got a cup of coffee, and when I came back out here, all of the eggs were gone. So um, that's when I moved them to another tank, and it just didn't seem to take. The female was all stressed and everything, and I'm just wondering whether it's like an egg bound thing or like what. But now, socially in this tank, it's been 24 hours now, and I haven't seen any clamp fin action today. And we'll see if at feeding time Mike Tyson will eat. Mike Tyson was too nervous to eat when I moved her over. I fed everybody afterwards, and she seemed real unsure about eating. So we'll see. Let me keep up with the chat. Snoochie Pooch says, hey. I said, hey. Snoochie Booch had a pair of angels, gave one away, and the other acted weird for a few days. He would flip out when he went by the tank. He's all right now. Yeah. So yeah, no freaking out and no apologies from the male. He's just chilling. All right, let me set this over here. I'm gonna. Okay, wait. Boom! There I am. Hi, everyone. Ooh. So I have a cup of coffee over here. Cheers to you. I like the side angle, and you can see some tanks over here. And I like this angle. This is actually the mirror image of Vibes. Vibes sits in the other corner over here, and you see him, and he's got like a cup of tea and looks all cozy and everything, like hanging out. Yeah, the new rack. I'm probably gonna get rid of this chair. Let me show you this chair. I got it from a friend who was getting rid of it. But it's like this huge like couch type chair, and I think they like had two of them like next to each other, so then it looked like a high back couch or something like that. But yeah, man, it's corduroy. It feels good this time of year. It always felt a little weird sitting in here at 83 degrees on corduroy during the summer for sure. Well, thank you, Sky Dancer, kicking it. Hey man, I have bots, so that means that I'm doing something right, everybody. You know what I mean? Like, I have been disappointed yet again in organizations of people and how stuff works. And it just had to do with healthcare for my company. And I am a nurse, and I work in healthcare, and their uh, refusal to do any work and hire a third party company that doesn't sell insurance but brokers insurance. And my company can offer me $3 less than the government offers me per month for healthcare, which makes me feel like the third party company is taking $3 of a of yeah. So I declined, and I will be paying I will be paying for my own healthcare, and I will pay a penalty because I will not accept the shenanigans of the company that I work for. So yeah, man, a little disappointing, very insulting, but I mean, it's par for the course. You know what I mean? And I am not entirely sure that it's not the same everywhere as far as nursing and home health goes. Setting it to subscribers only mode. Do I do that in YouTube or do I do that on my StreamYard? Hey, no problem, Vibes. And dude, thank you for being a friend. Down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. Um, oh, one other thing I wanted to share with you guys today is what's been stuck in my head today is the refrain from a song. I believe the name of the song is "I Quit My Job" or something like that. But the line that just keeps floating in my head is, "Don't let them take the joy that you make on your own." And so true, guys. Don't let them steal your joy. You know what I mean? And yeah, you don't have to participate. You know what I mean? If you don't want to participate in something that your company is doing, you don't have to. You know what I mean? Like they may fire you for it, but whatever, man. Like find find something better. I mean, like everybody can do better, and I feel like lots of organized things and stuff like that, they don't do better because they don't feel like they need to. So later, 3G, back to work for you. So setting my chat. I wonder. No, going back to live chat. Oh man, the toe of my shoe is done, y'all. All right, time for some new slippers. So let's see. I mean, I got some more babies, and I set up these two tanks right here. You know, those are female guppies of the blue Hawaiian strain. And I'm watching these guys because some of them are probably going to end up being male. They're just a little bit behind the others. But I got the big ones out of this tank. And I got the male out of there. So there's the two big females. And like, I don't know how well it's going to show up, but there's just babies upon babies upon babies up in there. And there's like 5 brown bristlenose plecos in there doing their thing. And everybody's made it through quarantine since my last big purchase at the Hill Country Cichlid thing. So it's time to start moving guys around, which is why I have a pile of lumber in my yard. I'm working on creating a large rack, and it's going to hold these 210s that are here, these 220s, that 20 over there, and then I have 420 longs over there in the corner stacked up, and I have another 20 highs. So I've got 420 highs, 420 longs, I'm gonna have the 10s, and I think I'm gonna have room for 4 more 20 longs that I don't technically have on me right now. But I mean, you can't have the whole rack full of tanks, even if most of them are empty, stacked in the room that you're gonna put the, you know what I mean? Like, becomes a matter of space. So let's go to back camera, enough of me. This is my father fish tank. He's in that second one, but I've got some glare going on. I'm trying to get rid of it. See if he'll stick his head out. So these are microbenzes, and they haven't ever really taken off. I saw babies a couple times, but I don't think that I'm feeding the appropriate food. And often enough to keep them up. So I'm working on it. I've thought about putting the guppies in, and maybe they'll be out a little bit more. Like, they definitely have plenty of top cover, and there is like a lot of plants in there, but they just don't come out, and they're always scared. So I think that maybe if I take some of my baby guppies and grow them out in here, that there'll be enough of a dither, and maybe I can see them a little bit more, because they're super skittish, always have been. This dirt tank is probably coming up on like 6 months old now. And I planted a bunch of stuff in it, and things seem to do well. And it's been like super stable. I've only taken a minimal amount of water out of it and added more. And the coconut huts add a bunch of tannins and stuff like that. I think I did a 25% water change last week, and like that's the deepest I've gone in a long time. And it definitely helped with the water clarity and stuff like that. But this tank, like, it's showing up very bright green, like right here. But when I'm looking in it, it definitely is dark in there. Like, it looks like a light tea. But it definitely is doing its thing. And these guys have dug it up, and it's black substrate, but they've dug down inside those huts and like spilled a bunch of stuff. So they got down to the dirt and spread the dirt all around on the top. And it's just like, well, I guess it's not hurting anything. Like, nobody died, and my tank parameters didn't go crazy. So, but I'm wondering whether that uh is one of the reasons why there's no babies about either, because they are stirring up the organic dirt that is underneath the diamond blasting sand. Because if you look at my substrate, you see how brown that is. That's because it's been turned over. You know what I mean, by the crebensis. Thanks, Snoochie Booch. Yeah, man, I do have a lot going on. I mean, like, I'm doing things, and I mean, like, I like the method. I like the fact that you can put plants in it, and then like the plants already like have like everything they need and stuff like that. I'm not sure. I mean, it was my first time doing it, and I'm not sure whether I picked like the best fish for this type of method, you know, being a beginner and all that. But I mean, I like it. I'm definitely going to do it again. I don't think it's going to be like my go-to. There's still too much that I haven't done with aquascaping and stuff like that. And I feel like this method, while good, doesn't lend itself to aquascaping as well, because you can't take a bunch of plants out and put it and move them around and stuff like that without fouling the tank. And that I could see as frustrating if you want to move stuff around and do different things in your tanks. So as more of a permanent style and stuff like that, and like a haven for like if you were like doing like some native species type stuff and stuff like that, I think that it would lend itself to it like very, very well, because this is the tank that looks the most like a pond in my fish room. So if you're like going for a real natural look, like kind of messy, kind of, you know what I mean? Like not like super scaped and stuff like that. Like I think that the father fish method is probably really good, because that substrate is just going to continue to give and give, and you don't need to mess with it ever. So like it's a great like forever tank. So let me show you the other side. All your stratums kind of high tech. What differences have you noticed? I think that the reason why they're calling it easier is just because like you set up a really good place for plants to grow and stuff like that, and you kind of like set it, and then like it needs to be left alone. Like you can't make a bunch of changes to it because it'll foul it up. But then again, at the same time, I've seen people just put dirt in the bottom of their tanks. You know what I mean? I'm like, they wait for it to like settle out and become habitable for fish and stuff like that. But like after a certain amount of time, like you can have like raw dirt on the bottom of your tank, I believe, and it will work for you. I'm just like, wow. Let me show you the other side of the tank, because I got two more huts back there on this other side. We just kind of suspend that there. Are you going to stick your head out? He's thinking about it. Don't make me find the flashlight and go in there after you, buddy. Like they're beautiful. Like they're like all colored up and everything. Like they're beautiful. They got that purplish on their bellies and like gold in the tail. It's really, really nice. And there's my thumb, and there is a ram's horn snail. We grow them big out here in Texas. There's my snail thunderdome. That's where all the ram's horns go, and then the red ones go into this tank, and I've got like lovely green water going on. And there's a bunch of I've seen babies in here of the mosquito fish. But yeah, they're doing well. They're not going to say anything. That Crebensis isn't coming out for nothing. This Lemia I got down here, the male the male has been real colored up of late, and I'm just really loving that top fin. That black and white on it like really shows up well. Like, see what I mean? Like, he's like all about it. I'm all like, hey, show me your finish. He's like, yeah, no problem, buddy. And like, look at those sparkles on him and the stripes. He's a happy dude. He's in here with a bunch of females and my red bristle noses, and like, he's doing fine. But yeah, I just love the way that fin shows up. And then in like in photography and stuff like that, and I've taken a couple of pictures of him, and like, it's striking. It's pretty awesome. Oh, look. Oh, the Super Reds is out. But yeah, this is what I got going on in the fish room. Yeah, he knows he's pretty too, and like, that's the thing that's been cracking me up about it, is he used to hide from the camera, and now I put the camera down there, and he's like, "What's up, boss?" So like, he's definitely feeling himself these days. Let me see if I can steady this. You gonna hide in the back? I was just telling him how boss you were. He's definitely a chunk. Don't let him take the joy that you make on your own. But yeah, guys, I love my fish, and I love you guys. I love the community that we've got here and stuff like that. So just wanted to hit all the bases on my little live stream here. Show you some fish, tell you what's bringing me joy, tell you about the romantic problems that my angel fair was having, and and what I did to fix it in the moment. And I'll keep you guys updated on how that goes. So yeah, these guys are live bearers, and we'll see what happens with them as the days go on. I think the temperature might need to get warmer in this bottom tank. It's on the floor of the garage. And I've got the room set at 83, but my top tanks, like my angel tank's only like 78. That little tank that I've got the babies in is at 80. So that's just kind of where it's floating at. I'm not using any heaters in any of my tanks, but I have used heaters on hand to check out if I need to. But Fish Tank Barn was saying with some form of limit or something like that, go higher. And the host was like, "Oh, my thoughts was go lower." So I'm glad you said something. So that made me start thinking last night that maybe to get these guys to breed, they need a deep water change, and they might need the water a little bit warmer because I think they're from. I think these guys are from Mexico. Well, I thank you, Sky. I mean, I'm trying. Um, these like this one, like all four of these. So like that tank, this tank, and these two up here are from someone in the hobby that is no longer in the hobby. And I didn't do much to them. I kind of like kept her escapes that she had going, and man, she definitely had an eye for it, and definitely like laid out some beautiful stuff, like pretty amazing. Like this is, this is the example of like what I can do. And as you can see, it's just like I'm letting the plants grow and like take over. And I stopped killing them and they're propagating. So that's fun because then I could give the kids down the block a plant like every time they come over. I'll be like, well, how many you want? And they're like, well, can I have like three? And it's just like, yeah, man, like you've got Vallisneria now. Congratulations. And then if they have, it hasn't happened yet, but when they have too much of something, one of them brought me a Cory egg, but I killed it. It didn't make it. But I was about to have a baby Cory. I would have sent you something on it. And like, this is another tank that probably needs a lot of work, but growing them up. And then I have a mystery snail tank inside that has a lot of plants and looks pretty cool. So just by me showing you that, I don't want to take credit for that young lady's work that she did on all those tanks. And there's Moby. How you doing, girl? She was a blue samurai. She still is, but she's just got speckles on her. She's mostly black now. And she's pretty awesome. You gonna look at me? You wanna come over here? You wanna come over here? She's thinking about it. You wanna come over? Say hi to the people? Let me see if I can lean it up against the tank so I can get a good view of your face, young lady. There she is. Yeah, get it. For sure. Show me your tail. Yeah. So she lives in here with some Corys and a couple of hill stream loaches and a million snails. She is a snail queen. You can't even see her under there. Gonna get those mosquitoes. Yeah, me too, Sky. Especially Jethro. Like he's so handsome. Come back, Jethro. Yeah, Sky. Like always, make sure that you show up to Dan's Fish and like get some of what's going down. Because what I got these guys, and like 6 of them a quarter size. Juveniles were, I think he was selling for like $72 or something like that. And it was just like, I want them. And I was just like so proud of myself. Like, I love that marking on his chin. It's just so cute. Mystery Snails Guardians is here. She snailed it. Yes, ma'am. This is a snail friendly environment. You won't hear any snail hate up in here. Only if somebody's wanting negative attention. You know how it is. Negative attention, still attention. Jethro's freaked out. He's like, that camera's not following me. He goes, wait a minute. It is following me. Dang it. Stop watching me. Jethro, are you going to come over here and tell me to quit? Like, maybe. Bruh. Bruh. Get out of my face. Bruh. Oh, you want to get fed. I see what's up. It's too early. I turned the lights on early. This isn't time. It's not time yet, Jethro. I think he's mad. You're going to go regulate on somebody because you're frustrated about the food thing? Yeah, there's the other male in the tank. Yep. They're doing some they're doing some shuddering at each other. There's no food, so we got to assert dominance. Shameful, boys. Shameful. Jethro is mad about not eating. Bro. You mad, bruh? Good afternoon, Jenna P. Welcome, welcome. Just doing my thing, showing some angelfish. His name is Jethro. He's big and beautiful. Yeah, yeah. So center screen right now just turned away. That is the fish I was concerned about. And as you can see, that tail is not clamped as it sticks out from behind the thing. And she's swimming with everybody else. I think that maybe if she eats today with everybody else, now that she's been in the tank, back in the tank with them for 24 hours, I might call this case closed unless I see fin clamping from her again. So it was a social situation. That's Abraham Lincoln right there. He's not going to give us a good shot of his beard, but he has a large square beard on the opposite side. But yeah, they're just hiding from me. They'll keep bouncing up to see if I'm still there. Yeah. These new blue Hawaiian males are coloring up. Let's see if we can get a shot of that. They got splotches on them now, and their tails are starting to color up. Got them separated from the females because I would like them to grow up a little bit before they start having babies. So they'll have larger batches and less problems with birthing, maybe. The less problems with birthing is my main goal. I lost the blue Hawaiian females I had, but I had a ratio of 2 males and 2 females, so I think they might have just got tired and given it up. And since then, I took the males, so the purple male and the blue Hawaiian males are all in this tank now. I don't see them at the moment, but interesting. Congratulations on breathing 503. Welcome, welcome. Glad you're feeling better. Did Lori post her axolotl? Can I get a look at that as a member of the community? Yeah, so I got into bristlenose pretty heavy. I bought like everything. So I've got the blue-eyed lemons. I've got these albinos. There's a calico, and there's some super reds, and there's brown. I think I covered everything that I have, bristlenose wise. Yeah, anybody, Sky Dancer, if you can do that. I'm not real good at being able to do that, but yeah, I would love to drop the link for Lori's new video. Axolotl links are the best, and I need to make Monster Fish Gal a mod in my stream because, like American Express, she's everywhere you want to be. Um, so let me get back on my phone for that. Let's see if I can set you up. That's kind of a fun view. room. So let me try that. I lost my phone somewhere. There we go. Hot link. Yeah, there's a masonite that's in there. It's the masonite that's in there is going to be sent to a cichlid paradise with some of his own kind. Um, because he's in here with rosy barbs and he's already acting up a little bit, but there's too many targets. So like life is good and everything, but he's gonna be happier in a cichlid paradise. Because he's gonna be 3 inches of badass from what I understand. And yeah, he came in the bag with like a bunch of rosy barred babies and like 3 bristle noses and like something else. Like it was a crazy mix. I've talked about it before. Glassbox swimmers, hello. Oh, excellent. New axolotl video for Monster Fish Gal. I mean, hey, who doesn't need an axolotl vid in their lives? I mean, come on. It's good stuff. Geek boy. Local Walrus Live. You know it, buddy. But yeah, he's beautiful. But I was throwing away like a pound of guppy grass, and a local neighbor on the Fish Club Facebook page was like, "Yo, man, don't throw that away. I'll come pick it up." And I was like, "Rock and roll." So he came over with his wife, and they sat around in here for a little bit. We talked about the tanks and the fish, and I said that I had to talk to my wife before I got rid of him because he was blue. It's her favorite color. But she understands that he'll be happier, so she's okay with it. But yeah, I want to get together with him and check out his fish room, and if it's cool with him, and I think the boys can handle it, I'll take my crew over there so they can see another person's fish room. Um, the more you know, the more you see, the better of a fish keeper you are. Hello, Silver Creek. My chat is behind. Okay, I see it now. So we're at the over the hour mark. It's like an hour and 9 minutes. I love it when it goes fast. You know what I mean? Because then, like I'm not suffering emotionally, because I'm sure it's still going fairly well when I am emotionally uh, suffering because I'm worried about it. But when the time goes fast, I'm not worried about it, and I chat with y'all and having a great time. So like life is good. Is anybody else on right now? Well, George was on for an hour, and so was Rico Stan. Oh my God, that axolotl is delicious looking. Oh my goodness. That screenshot, curled tail and the little pink. Oh my. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that. Looks like nobody else is on right now, so why don't I take a bathroom break and keep going with you guys for a little bit. Yeah, man, that dirty tank is kind of cool, man. I mean, like I'm enjoying it, and like plants are growing in it, and like you know what I mean. Like I haven't made the credences happy enough uh to keep babies, unless there's like a bunch of babies in those coconut huts. I won't let the boys reach in there and pull them up anymore. So I mean, like they could be hiding a bunch of babies in there, but I don't think so. I can get in there with a flashlight and look around a little bit. So, yeah, guys, like give me like 3 or 4 minutes to use the restroom, okay? Enjoy these fish. Talk amongst yourselves because I'm gonna come back and address it all. Like anything anybody else needs to bring up or talk about today in the chat. Like, let's get it started. I mean, like we're a community here. You know what I mean? Like I want to interact with you guys just as much as you guys want to see me, probably more. Anyway, give me 5. Yeah, so I'm back, fools. Let's see. If I plug this in, I turn this down all the way. So is the staticky gone? Okay, so it sounds the same. All right, let me get into settings here. Audio, iPad microphone, headset microphone. Now I'm on headset microphone. Exit echo cancellation. Take that off. Okay, so I changed two things, which is not scientific, but let's see if that did anything. Hello, Banoski, Fish Koto. Good to see you. Just hanging out with our tanks, like talking about whatever. How's your day? So let's keep talking. Where are my bristle noses? Let's see. There's one laying back there, big fat mama. And I put one of the small browns in here. Can't see him. Oh, he's inside the helmet, wiggling around. You can see him in there. They take turns in the helmet. Cave breeder. So is the static still there, folks? Just a quick check before we move on. It's still there. Okay, let me try settings. I'm going to take this other audio automatic setting off. Oh, if you're having issues, just try restarting your device. Oh, thank you. That sounds wonderful. Jerk faces. Well, I'm glad you can still hear me clearly, and I'm glad that it is somewhat nostalgic for you AM listeners out there. Um, I have changed everything that I can change. I think that next time restarting my device might make it better. So I will work on that for the next live stream. I have uh, headphones with a mic on them, and I also have a separate mic, like a lapel mic, I think, that I can work with, but I don't believe it's charged right now. So it is not ready for operation. So I will play with my audio a little bit for next time. But as always, thank you for the feedback, folks. Like that's what it's about. Um, Anybody want to see some snails? All right, let's check it out. My, what a snorkel you have, sir. So this is the snail tank, famous in several of my videos. I have one big orange one still left. Got lots of babies. There's like 11 uh, clutches of eggs everywhere. They're doing very nice with that. These guys are growing well. I'm pretty pleased with my plant situation. Most of the plants you see in the picture are on a picture on the background. But hey, man, every little bit helps. What are these guys doing? Just snail stuff. And the radio man says, it's a beautiful day out there. All these guys are full. They've been eating well. There's a beautiful piece of buse. Needs to be replanted. Looking good. And the stars of my show, Phineas, Cream, Junior, Peaches. Where's Peaches? There she is. And this is my best aquascape. Fake plants because goldfish. But bought this huge, this is a 75 gallon, and I bought this huge piece of driftwood. I love it. Mr. Sucky's in here somewhere. Here he is. Mr. Sucky. He was a rescue from my niece. Apparently, they did not know the Pooh Fairy lore when they bought this common pleco, and I was told I need to come get this fish. And I said yes. And every time I think about taking these guys and moving them and doing something different with this 75-gallon in my living room, I think about how much I would miss their derpy faces looking at me and talking to me all day, every day about how they haven't been fed. Yeah, this is a 75 gallon glass box, and the snail tank underneath it is your standard 20. So Phineas went from a bucket to this, and from this to this, and then I bought two goldfish to go with it, and then Junior, probably going to be the biggest fish in the tank, came from an egg off of a plant and was in here. And I came home one day and he had eaten a bunch of the plants in here. So then I told him he had to move in here, and then he quickly decided that he was going to become as big as the others. So yeah, I've got a big canister filter on this. I do a 50% water change on this every week. I feed them frog bit, guppy grass, and duckweed several times a week as I clean up my tanks. I rarely have to throw anything out. Um, uh, I mean, by some standards, this tank is probably overstocked, but no matter what these guys are doing, they're all in the same like little corner of the tank, like just cruising around. So until they tell me that they're there's that's what Phineas does. Phineas flips onto one side to get my attention, because as a new fish keeper, every time he did that, I went to go make sure he wasn't dying. And so that's how he has me trained now. He flips onto one side, tell me he hasn't been fed and he's dying. So 2 more hours before feeding time, your second feeding time, piggies. But they appear to be very happy in here right now, and I have 200-gallon tubs outside, and I can move them to that and the pleco um, when they when it's time. And I enjoyed the pond experience thus far. I haven't done many videos about it. I'm still working on the construction of the second filtration unit. It all comes down to this one piece, so I can get the filtration running through the big trash can. But yeah, I see myself getting a 300-gallon at some point to put out in the yard and have fun with. Um, and yeah, my goldfish can go live out there when they become too big and too cramped in here. They keep injuring themselves on different things. I think it might be this little piece of stick right here behind, coming around that corner. But they all had scrapes on them one day, and you can see the little white patches. Our new scales growing in. But yeah, no, they're very happy and very well looked after. And man, I enjoy sitting in the chair in my living room and like watching these guys like all day. And I'm continually impressed by how much I lay on the floor and watch snails do snail things. Um, I wanted to do something with plants, and I wanted something for my mystery snails, and I thought my wife would really enjoy it, and she does. She really loves these mystery snails. We had ram snails in there too, and like they were out competing the mystery snails. So like I still have to every week like go in and like kill little baby buttons of ram's horns and pull larger ones that I can get a hold of out. Um, and we're still working with it, but they seem to be doing pretty well. And I didn't think that I was going to enjoy the snail tank as much as I do. Like, you know how it's meditative and stuff like that to watch your fish, and you kind of get hypnotized. The snails are at a slower pace, obviously, and I find that like real enjoyable to watch. Like, not only does it like relax me, but it definitely like slows down my thought process, and I get, like a feeling of stillness that is not my normal uh, brain pattern. But yeah, doing what goldfish do. I just love that carp body, and I'm always going to be a fan of the carp body and the feeder goldfish, shabunkin, uh, comet uh, type of style. I don't find the others as attractive. My niece has some fantail goldfish and the Ryukins and stuff like that, and I like them. They're cute, you know what I mean? Like they're little nuggets floating around and stuff, but I just love that carp body uh, so much that yeah, I'm a feeder goldfish guy. It's just like I know that makes me basic, but it's just like, like you like what you like. You're like, man, I'd love to be apologetic, but I'm not. And as you can see, all of these guys are fat. They're so fat. And what is it that goldfish crave? Tetracolored granules. That's all they want all day. If I feed duckweed 2 days in a row, Phineas just stops eating and looks at me and stares me down. He just stares me down. He's like, really, dude? Too much veg. What's wrong, Phineas? Are you okay? Are you okay, buddy? Maybe you need some food. Okay, Alyssa, you're the fantail fan. Nice. Yeah, I mean, like the way they move and everything, it's just like bloop 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 bloop. And I mean, like I agree that like like these guys would outcompete them for food and stuff like that. I had a mosquito fish in here for like, man, almost a year, and he disappeared last week. So he either got too interested in the uh, pump that I drop in here to suck the water out, or one of these guys, they ate him finally. I'm not sure which. I don't know. But he was a male gambusia, and he ended up coming in here as a fry, like in with the duckweed by accident, and then I just never took him out. And for a while, he was just swimming with the others. You know what I mean? Like, and I was like, okay, I guess this is a thing. And I guess he was just too small for them to consider food. But yeah, something happened last week, and I was like, I haven't seen him, and my wife hadn't either. So I believe he's gone. Such is the circle of life. But yeah, a mystery. Like that little guy was floating around in here with these fish. I mean, like, they're big. That's a that's a good sized fish. So yeah, man, like good on you, Alyssa. Like you know what I mean? Like you found the one you like, and that's what it's about. Liquid Zoo, only fins. Hey Matt, I got a new one for you. Okay, bad slogans. Fishbam fishbam.link. Better than you think. Probably probably not gonna make the t-shirt. But for all your needs, guys, fishbam.link so that we can email each other when we have a question or need to get a hold of each other for collaboration and whatnot. The more we do together, the better we are as a team. And as always, Matt, thank you for all you do. We appreciate you working behind the scenes, making it easier for us to find each other and connect with one another all day. Aqua Garden Zen, hello. How are you? Matt, I'm gonna make you a mod so that way you don't get in trouble, brah. I just got to get back over to my phone. It's in the garage right now. So I'll get you in there, buddy. Okay, so Alyssa, yeah, that's kind of what I was alluding to. It seems like there ends up being like a lot of problems with some of the others, and it's because they've been bred to be a certain way, but with that breeding, like comes some problems and stuff like that. So yeah, you find the fantails a more stable goldfish, and some of those breeding practices to get the goldfish a certain way. I mean, like it definitely turns me off of wanting to breed fancy goldfish. You know what I mean? I'm not sure that I would say that I wouldn't buy fancy goldfish in the future. You know what I mean? Like, but I definitely, yeah, it's kind of distasteful. It's got to have like probably like a pretty hardcore culling operation and stuff like that that goes on with it too. But I guess that happens with anything that you get that is specialized and stuff like that. You get more extreme methods that need to be entailed. That's awesome. I love Fallout. What, Fallout 76 and Red Dead Redemption 2 online, like those are like my two like go-to like video games, like lose my mind and live out my life inside a simulation. All right, guys, I was kneeling here and my legs have fallen asleep, so give me a second to get standing up. Oof. So let me back away from the tank so we can get the whole thing in there. And they just seem to be like gathered up with each other all the time, like they like each other. When Phineas was by himself in this tank, I had like a stump, like decoration piece that I'm sure everybody has seen before. And it was in the tank and he just sat underneath it, like bored and depressed looking. And then he came out when I put these other two fish in with them. And they all started swimming together. And that was during Snowpocalypse. I only had one battery operated airstone, and I was like, well, there we go. And that was the only fish that I owned at the time. So I was like, I'm pretty sure these guys, if the tank doesn't freeze solid, we're fine. Um, the goldfish should survive, but their quarantine, I was going through quarantine with the two new fish that I got by mail, and I was like, well, quarantine's over. Everybody's going in together because we got Phineas this tank that Christmas. We got him a 75-gallon tank, and he didn't know what to do with all the space. Talk to you later, Aquazin. But yeah, this is what they do all day. Well, guys, let's feed some babies. We're at 1 hour and 48 minutes right now, so let's just go ahead and round it out to 2 hours and call it a day. I think that this has been my favorite live stream thus far, but isn't the live stream you're in your favorite, right? Like it changes from wherever you are. Let's go back out here. And as you can see, my angels, and as soon as I come out, they stop whatever behavior they're doing and they all come over to check me out. So it's hard to recognize behaviors and stuff like that. Like the only way I'm going to be able to do it is like with a remote camera because like they always come and check me out. There's the two males. You're in timeout, partner. Really? That's why nobody likes you, buddy. Okay, over here, as you guys can see, my favorite tank, not built by me, not escaped by me, but still very beautiful. water changed by me. You know what I mean? I have some influence. So where is Liquid Zoo OnlyFans? Add as a moderator. Shine on you, crazy diamond. You're safe in here. Yeah, I know, Glassbox Swimmers. Can you believe that? He was like giving me crap back. And he was like, okay, buddy. So let's feed some babies. That's true, Jenna. They do love me. Only Oscars, you've been lurking. I'm so glad that you have been lurking, and I'm so glad that you were here in my stream. I've been enjoying your streams, dear. Um, I think it's wonderful. I need to get on a schedule so that I can start building out the chat a little bit. But man, it's so great being small, you know? Like just, 13 of your friends in here. You know what I mean? Just like plenty of room for everybody to say everything that they need to say, plenty of time to respond and then like respond again. You know what I mean? Like have a little bit more back and forth. I think that's great. But yeah, Fish Fam Christmas is coming up. And as you guys know, I support Fish Fam Christmas by always asking in every stream when it's brought up, what is Fish Fam Christmas? That way, anybody who's trying to get the word out on anything about Fish Fam Christmas has the perfect opportunity to respond to my question and get that info out there. We all got to do our part, even if it's just a little bit. So many babies. Well, Fishgram Christmas is like Fish Fam Christmas, except it's graham crackers. So, I mean, slightly better. Um, Less to do with fish, more to do with graham crackers. These are the purple guppies. Um, purple Moscows, I want to say. And the person selling them at the HCC auction that I went to and got into trouble because I spent like $234. I'm sorry, I can't walk away from a deal. And I needed to get into bristlenose. And uh, rosy barbs, apparently. I have like 30 of those. Um, I They were saying that they got them from Bentley and that they were very prolific and doing well. And she also had blue Hawaiians. And the blue Hawaiian male has black on the end of his tail, whereas Daniken's blue Hawaiian male has like the has like little spots on the end of the tail. Kind of reminds me of some of those the mosaic pattern, but just on the end in a stripe. So I'm interested to see what happens with those as I mix them together. Because I mean, like, hey, they're both sold to me with the same name. You know what I mean? I'm just safely going to muddle the waters a little bit and see what happens. But yeah, I need some females that aren't hit yet, but all of them are showing gravid spots. So I'm thinking that maybe I got them separated from the boys too late, but we'll find out. So if you go to fishfam.link and type in fishfam Christmas, I believe that that will bring up everything and possibly the fishfam Christmas channel. So it should bring up some articles too, and the fishfam Christmas channel. And on the fishfam Christmas channel, it lets everybody know like to how to participate and when to participate and all of said actions. So it should be great. Awesome, Silver Creek. Silver Creek by new mattress, you mean you just let that one dry and then flip it over, right? I mean, that's how my family rolled. Get a new side of a mattress. So Monster Fish Gal, keeping it real with the Fish Fam Christmas links. Yeah, that is unfortunate, Silver Creek. I think there was some chat last night that I was listening to, and oh, I think it was Steam Fod Aquatics. Like our our cats or dogs more throw uppy, and the impression was that cats are more throw uppy than dogs, and it just was kind of like left out there. I wasn't paying attention to chat. I don't know whether the conversation went deeper than that. But I mean, my cats always ate something stupid and were throwing up a hairball or something. But there are certain breeds of dog. I think that Steamfoot has a Doberman that throws up, and I've known a couple other people with Dobermans that they were they usually had some anxiety problems and would be, kind of irpy. They would throw up. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure it depends on breed and whatnot. Ah, Silver Creek. Okay, I understand now. I thought there was nothing else wrong with it. So yeah, man. New mattress. All right. Just the time for my favorite time of year, like winter and being in bed under the covers, cold nose. Yeah. That's when I'm a hero. That's where my overweightness is pretty awesome. Pretty good for snuggling and whatnot. But the rest of the year here in Texas, it's just like I'm just too much of a sweaty mess to be much of a use for snuggling or anything like that. Oh wow, yeah, no, that's definitely a Princess P situation, Silver Creek. Yeah, got you're raising princes and princesses on stacks of mattresses over there. Good for you, dude. Children are cool. They should be cherished. I still don't want any in my house. I need more time for guppies, hanging out with you guys. So yeah, hopefully I can put together some live streams that are fun and have some fun topics and things like that. That way we can hang out together and do things. And yeah, I don't mind hosting. I don't have any children. You know what I mean? Like I can put some live streams in there in my week. I keep it pretty light. The sloth has been real. If anybody was seeing my face up here earlier, it was for sure too much. Look at that brown bristle nose just going after it. But let's see, it's 2:34. I don't know what else is going on or next, but at fishfam.link, we can figure it out. I am running low on battery life. I'm really impressed that this went as far as my battery went as far as it did. Pretty good. And I have some staticky issues that I need to listen for and that I did hear before the stream started, but I thought it was just a problem with background music. And I was like, I don't really want to use the background music anyway. I was just listening to them. But I should have been like, oh, that could possibly be my whole audio. I should turn my device off and turn it back on again. But this was all done on my little iPad mini. The camera seems to be okay. And we had some audio issues that I could not resolve while we were running. But like I said, I've got some ideas on how to fix that in the future. So look forward to seeing you guys and head over to Fish Family calendar and I'll see you guys around in the streams. You know me. I love you guys and have a great, great afternoon and evening.